Hey, welcome to Rusty's No Man's Sky channel. This is Rusty, and let's get some gaming going on here. Alright, we are going to play, but we're going to play New Starts. So let's get a new game going. And we may be deleting things as we go. If we do, it should be fairly transparent to you. You should not notice it, but we'll see. Alright, first step, we're getting a normal game going, so we're going to see where it drops this created character. We've got a few things going on, a few possibilities, and entering the universe. Welcome to No Man's Sky. We are playing Beyond. This should be 2.16 as the software version. This may or may not be of importance to other people's play. If you're playing like a retro game of version 1.0 or 1.5, there are things that are different, or whatever the version numbers were. There was no 1.5 as far as I know. It might have been a bug patch. I did not play at any of those levels. I did play Next before Beyond, and most of the playback is fundamentally the same, but you know it does change from time to time. On PC and possibly Xbox, we just get the names of these systems. They're just kind of an indication that yes, the game is progressing in load and will be starting to play shortly. All right, initializing. And we got our suit talking to us, connected to Atlas systems. All right. This appears to be a radioactive world. We'll find out. Yep, 5.8 radioactive. But I also see some toxicity, although it's not significant. Doesn't look as all that significant. All right, scanner damage. We need to repair that. Okay, we got a good jetpack. All right. So the multi. All right. So we don't have any way to scan at this point. That's the broken part of the multi-tool, but we do have things we can do. All right, first of all, let's get that. I need some ferric dust.
Radiation protection falling.
Now, there's some nitrogen here, I know. So let's get that. And while we're here, now that we've got some nitrogen, let's pop back over here and charge that up. Okay. That gives us that. That should give us enough to charge the scanner. Yep. So, very quickly, we've got a functioning scanner, which means we can now use the scanner function to find more nitrogen, which we'll need quickly. So let's head off to the more nitrogen. Or not nitrogen, sodium. Now, that life form that attacked us, don't see it out here. All right, no analysis visor installed. So let's go ahead and install well, let's recharge this. So let's
Technology recharging.
switch back here. Let's go ahead and, well, first of all, I want to relocate a couple of things. And there's the analysis visor. So it needs carbon nanotubes. For carbon nanotubes, we need carbon. We do not have any at this point, so let's go get some. There we go. Can't analyze it until I've got the analysis visor up. So there may be additional options available here. All right, let's do a quick search. Oh, there's our starship. Okay, we got some oxygen over here. We'll need that. All right. Again, looking for some sodium. Not finding any. Finding hydrogen. We'll need to, or dihydrogen. We'll need some of that. There's oxygen. We will be using that for repairs. Okay. Before we get, we got plenty of this. So now we can install or enable that. All right.
Product constructed.
Scan things. You hold down the left button 2 for scan, or for scanner visor module, and you hold down the left or right button 2, or shoulder 2 for to actually scan the object. Okay. We get some sodium coming up here, which we're pretty much in dire need of. So let's go get it. On, there we go. So let's recharge sodium. And over the hill here, there's our starship.
Technology recharge.
More sodium over here, so let's go head over to it. Now when you run hard or use your jetpack, you use up some of your life support. So we need to recharge both the life support, or that's the protection, and the life support. Now, distress beacon for our iteration, 2424G. Scenario iteration deleted, boundary separation failure likely. Vessel emptied, cause sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. Analysis, threat iteration generated. Anomaly containment prepared. Okay, let's broadcast. Basically, we're advising that we are alive, etc. Anomaly is compliant, position logged, system integrity scan initialized. Alright, now Here's our starship. Before I jump in, we can actually see what the status is. We need hermetic seal, metal plating, pure ferrite, and dihydrogen jelly. So we don't have any of that, so let's pop aboard and maybe we'll get some help. Iteration, etc. Online. Atlas connection.
Radiation
Intermittent.
protection. Falling.
Launch thrusters. Offline. Pulse engine. Offline. I find myself aboard an empty world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of it before. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least to that of my exosuit. I'm not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out of here, out to the stars. Let's read the log. We could connect the exosuit instead. We'll be doing that shortly. Log 4925 Alpha, unavailable. Substituting data. Exosuit, connected. Suggestion, pilot should perform maintenance. Desired path, repair path? Well, let's repair the ship systems. Self-guided repair protocols, initiated. Alright, so we need to fix the pulse engine, and for that I need both a hermetic seal and metal plating. Let's see. Metal plating requires ferrite dust. So let's go get some ferrite dust. We know where some of it is, and let's actually scan this because maybe we get something else with it. Looks like a secondary element is there. Uranium. Okay. Uranium's useful for, among other things, it acts as launch fuel. We've got these little glowing icons for glowing systems for oxygen. Now, one of the things that happens is when we're when we're shooting is occasionally we'll get geodes of substance, which tend to be a higher volume. So, okay, I know I'm going to need some oxygen carbon shortly. Let's scan to see if we get a secondary element. Yes, we do. Gamma root. All right. Not sure I need gamma root at this point, but it's nice to know we can pick some up. And get some. And sometimes on mine, the left muscle or right shoulder button too doesn't register correctly as being clicked. Alright, so we're getting some sodium with that too. And what did we get extra with this stuff? Oh, we got some nice, more uranium. Okay. We've got some birds up here, and or something that will pass for birds in this system. Hazardous flora, it's usually a good idea to get some idea of what their names is. You at least get some money for it. Units. Alright. So we've got a couple of these. But first of all, I need metal plating. Let's break up this geode. Okay. So I need... well, we are out of range of the start. We're doing stuff to start. That's just fine. I need this. And one of these, which then goes here. Alright. We could do other stuff too, but let's get this taken care of. Iteration, etc. Functional. Starship critically damaged. Vital ingredients missing. Unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires a hermetic seal. Okay, where do we find that? Recommendation, iterations, comparison, reveals hermetic seal nearby. Planet or salvage planetary chart from distress beacon cache. Okay, well, apparently there's a cache in the distress beacon. Couldn't see it earlier, so. Distress beacon. I peer inside the beacon's housing, as well as the distress broadcast unit. It contains a planetary chart. Let's take the planetary chart. Okay, so we've got a planetary chart. Let's take a look at it. There it is. So use the X button on the Xbox remote to activate that, and it's right over there. Okay. So let's head up the hill. Meanwhile, we'll scan a few things as we're trucking along. This we don't need to scan. It is a food dish type thing. Scan that. Oh, apparently we did scan it right. Okay, well, these things happen. And while we get a little bit of sodium with the, as we're pulling in some of those materials that we scanned, we're still going to continue needing more of the plant sodium. So, grub berries. So this might be a Viking system.
Weather warning. Incoming storm. Radiation protection falling.
Part of. All right. I need to recharge multi-tool with carbon. See if I've got materials for fixing this guy up. Okay, he needs chromatic metal, so no, we don't. Okay. More sodium. Good, because we're going to be needing it shortly here. We are in the middle of a storm, and your choices in a storm are to seek shelter, which in a sense we are going to do, or to have lots and lots of sodium. So I'm going for the lots and lots of sodium.
Radiation protection falling.
Really getting tired of that. Alright, let's fix that.
Radiation protection falling.
The blue flowers allow you to improve flight a little bit.
Technology recharge.
Broken. Yun. The
Radiation
stone resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. Addition for revival, transporting light streams from the metal shell, floating flowers around us both. They gesture towards me, accept knowledge. The name Corvax floats in my vision, an echo of the strange vision I just experienced. A word in this alien tongue is seared into my brain. Alright. So we learned the word for Corvax. Okay, the storm is over. And this would probably also need chromatic metal. No, it's cobalt. Well, we could probably get some of that too. Alright, let's pop in here. Follow archive. Accessing archive. 6 to 7 logs corrupted. Entry 4924 Alpha follows. No one's making this recording in case Jit leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Jit visor damage. Jit can't find ship. Recover supplies. The log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now? Alright, so we've got hermetic seal. Let's see if we got anything worth checking in here. Oh, Universal Language Database. Terminal online. Universal Translation Service reached. Lifeform dictionary available. Let's learn a word. Learn the Korvax word for traveler. We're learning Korvax words because we are in a Korvax system, which is not critical for what we need right now, but it is useful later on. Alright. Let's get some of this. We need dihydrogen. Fortunately, we do not need to scan the dihydrogen. It shows up as H. But we will scan some of these other things. We're going to need more carbon shortly, so actually no, we won't. My mistake. Well, actually we are, because we'll be using it for charging weapons and stuff. And this gave me the indication I need an advanced mining tool for it, but there's a source of salt if necessary. Later. Yeah, the technique is you aim your scanner pointer at it. So, for example, here we go. Got an unknown unknown plant as with question marks there. You hold down the left mouse button or right shoulder 2 button. And you get your scanned item. Takes a few minutes. Collect the rust. You can turn it into other stuff later on. And hydrogen. This you just get stuff out of. Okay. There is a yep, we've already been to that one. Yeah, the green boxes have stuff that you can usually have stuff that you can use. Not always, but usually. The yellow boxes may have health related stuff. The red ammo cans can have a number of different things, including carbon and ammunition. Okay. I am actually going to be looking for the condensed carbon shortly. You don't have to constantly recharge your protection, but it's not a bad idea to have it there regularly. Okay. And I've been distracted from where my ship was, so now let's go head over there real quick. Or a little bit faster. Now I can collect from the smaller condensed carbon crystals, but not the larger. Larger crystals need me to have, even larger crystals need me to have what they call an advanced mining laser. Since I have not seen dihydrogen jelly show up, and I'm going to need some. Let's keep collecting dihydrogen. This will be probably more than enough, but okay, speaking of resources, we've got another one of these yellow boxes. More dihydrogen, looks like. With the red ammo cannons, this one has carbon. This one may have condensed carbon, okay. And this in the green box, we got another or more rust. And some more dihydrogen. Okay. Okay, let's, speaking of radiation protection, let's solve that, or address that temporarily. Alright. Probably going to need that later, but, oh. Yeah, let's finish fixing this part. Alright, now we got to fix that. So we need some dihydrogen jelly. I don't have any of that yet. And some pure ferrite. I need 50 of that. Now I'm going to go about the pure ferrite a little different. First of all, I am going to make metal plating. I've got 176 rusted metal. So, let's see what we can do. Okay, first of all, let's make some dihydrogen jelly. And let's break that. Okay, now so we've got dihydrogen jelly, we can add that. Okay. Now I've made a piece of metal which I need for the portable refiner. Portable refiner needs some oxygen or carbon or condensed carbon. Let's give it all this rusted metal. 2 minutes, we'll have pure ferrite dust, and then shortly after that, we'll have pure ferrite. Meanwhile, I'm also going to need some launch fuel. So for that I need one of these. And we'll make that here. I don't absolutely have to have it for this launch, but I do need it. Now part of crunching this rust up in the refiner is that we get twice as much ferrite dust as we have starting rusted metal. Another 30 seconds or so. Anyway, let's see where we stand. Okay. Number 40. That's that. Let's recharge that. Recharge that. Recharge that. If you take a look at the breakdown, you need half as much or a third as much condensed carbon as carbon for this. Alright. So let's move this over here. And now we turn that into 1-to-1 pure ferrite. Let's go see what this damaged machinery needs. If anything. Oh, it does need something. It needs cobalt too. That's right. I was thinking about looking for cobalt, but we'll do that later on. Cobalt itself is fairly easy to find. Okay, we've got some pure ferrite. Let's move some of it into the starship. We don't have to wait for the process to finish. Alright. Now we do wait for the process to finish because the starship is ready. So let's put the rest of the pure ferrite in the starship. Let's pick up our material. Hop aboard the starship. And we're off the ground. And that's all I'm going to do at this point. At this point in the game, you I've now set a restore point. At this point in the game, you can go anywhere. And I just wanted to make sure you had the option to get to this point in the start. All right. Thank you very much. We'll look at the next one. This has been Rusty at No Man's Sky channel with this episode setup of a brand new character on a radioactive planet. Have a great day. Hey there, one final note. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please feel free to like or subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Like the video if you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to share it with others. Let others know that the episode is out there, especially if you know somebody who's you think they're going to like No Man's Sky, but they keep telling you that they hate how they keep dying all the time right off the bat before they ever get to their starship or anything. This series of videos, I hope, is useful to them. Hey, and if you've got any comments, any feedback, things that you would like to see highlighted, do feel free to let me know. One of the things you'll notice as I go through these episodes is that I go about the process of getting the starship up and running a little bit different in each one of these. Some of them I'll have been picking up material right from the get-go that I need for repairing the starship. Some of them I wait on getting some of that material until I'm actually at the starship. The ones where I'm at the starship will take longer. But yes, subscribe, like, share if that works for you. Share with people that you think can use it. That's probably most important. We want to build this community and have a lot more people to play along with. We want you to have friends that you're sharing the opportunity to play with and that you can go on missions with at the Nexus. You've seen the Nexus in the episode the series I did on Poison Planet. Did not do anything at the Nexus because we were still in the process of getting our character established. This series of quick starts here is just getting started on each of these planets to the point where you've got the starship. Once you've got the starship, you leave the planet and go to someplace else. It doesn't. It can be the same Poison Planet we played on last time. It could be something else. Go enjoy, find a planet that speaks to you, that you can work with. My experience, the barren planets are almost always a fairly even-handed planet that you can work with. But you may find one where the planet has fauna that is too aggressive to you. The verdant planets are usually very good, but again, I've a number of the verdant planets that I've encountered within the first couple of planets have been the ones with the worst problem as far as fauna that is actively involved in killing you. So the idea is, let's get you into a starship and going. From there, you can go anywhere. Thank you I hope you've enjoyed this series. This is Rusty from No Man's Sky. Have a good one.